Beautiful Pisces, and welcome to a brand new week of readings. I am so excited to look at these. Already it is promising to be very informational in the way that it's coming through. The Aries full moon has a lot to do with these readings. I'm looking at Mars right now, and I feel absolutely it's not the new moon, it's a full moon in Aries, definitely bringing in some information. So Spirit's going to help us with that, which is fantastic. Later on today, we're going to be looking at the Co-Create card. That's going to be a separate reading. So these stand alone. If you watch this one, it's great. If you watch the other one, it's probably better. In other words, if you watch both, it'll be better. But it doesn't matter. If you're here now, fantastic. Let's dive into it right now. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Hit that notification bell to all, and let's get it done. Let's get it done. Monday is a day of work for most people, unless you have a different shift, which is very possible in the world of today. But I'm old school, so Monday usually meant, first day of the week, go back to the grind, etc., etc. So there you go. We have motion in Mars. When I did the readings on the weekend, I saw that these both have circles to them. I feel very much that circle motion, that completion, that, no ending and beginning. It's that constant circle of just going round and round in your life. But I also felt a completion or a completeness to the circle. In other words, you have everything that you need to move forward. You just got to adapt. In other words, there's no broken pieces or anything missing for you to move forward. You just have to continue on your journey. You're doing fantastically well. So we're going to begin with that simple idea as we look. I want to read you what it says for Mars, because I feel it's a cautionary tale of how to use this energy going forward, because we also had retrograde come in too as well. So I feel that there's a lot of, if you utilize this energy well, it will serve you extremely well. Okay. So it says, Mars, a mythological god of war and the traditional ruler of Aries and Scorpio, speaks of independence, enterprise, and willfulness, aggression, passion, and defenses, including your body's defenses, such as your immune system. Mars takes 1.9 Earth years to go round the zodiac, so your terrible twos. When you learn to say no and yes and demand things was the expression of your first Mars return. There you go. So your action with Mars urges you to take action, any action. But this can get you in trouble. Jump into motion, but stay in the driver's seat and think through the consequences of your moves. Mars is raw energy, and like the motor of a fine sports car, it can take you far if you add wisdom and guidance. Okay, and I'm going to stop just for a second, just to remind you that the cards for the end of the week have both these, the Pallas Athena, and look what it says here, think. Okay, so this is going to be your guidance for this week. Okay, use that passion, but think it through. And we did talk a lot about these things yesterday in the weekly. Okay. Mars wants you to develop your strength and bravery, so work out and develop muscles or rescue the proverbial underdog. Boldly go where you have not gone before and passionately dive into your life. Mars loans you the competitive edge to obtain a fiercely desired goal and teaches you that for your yes to truly mean yes, your no needs to be respected. Know what you want and don't want, and be aware of those desires and the people around you. Learn to fight and fight fairly. Stand your ground with grace and compete against your own personal best. If you are in a difficult situation, it could take real strength and willpower to transform or escape. You may need to dig in your heels so you are not pushed around and pull out your sword to draw a clear line in the sand. Do what needs to be done, just make sure it's the right thing. Okay, so the challenge here is domineering willfulness, misuse of sexuality, anger, belligerence, and warlike mentality, or the shadow side of Mars. Break the momentum if your situation is heading downhill. Stop for a moment and think through your next move. think. That word is coming in again. So if you feel like things are starting to spin out of control, it's time to stop for a second and refocus the mind. In other words, just, you know, have a little, what do you call it, a little campfire circle there with yourself. Okay? Gift. The higher node of Mars energy manifests as a divine guardian, your potent inner first responder who is ready to be the hero in a dangerous situation and protect you and yours. So Mars is very brave. I really like that card. I think that it's putting a lot of energy, and you have the sort of clarity here that I noticed that I was thinking, where did I see that sort of clarity? It's right here on the Mars card. It's telling you you're not only the defender, but if you use it correctly, it can actually bring a lot of clarity in your life. So along with it came the second house, which is resources. Beautiful. So it's putting you in an awfully good spot to have this beautiful power, this motion. Okay? I love this. If your chart were a village map, your second house would hold your bank, museum, and warehouses. It symbolizes what you value, such as your body, your relationship to the material world. The second house also describes that phase of infancy where you're just discovering that you have a body, toes and fingers, and that you can taste and smell. Explore how you feel about money. So many people in the spiritual path have mixed feelings about money. I do not. Their bodies and possessions drawn to abundance and at the same time wrestling with guilt or discomfort around desire. Yeah, I feel, I'm going to stop here because I feel that those have been brought in for many religions where they, there's certain religions, you know, that you've seen many, and I'm not saying they're wrong, absolutely not, but many of the gurus have been at least shown to be poor, pious, and starving, or any or all of these things, and which makes you, they keep saying you can only be a conduit of, you know, certain good things if you take away all the material possessions and everything and all your desires away. So they're stripping you to, well, really a spirit form, which is not why we're here. We're here to experience the body form with a spirit body in it. So for me, that's been switched up a lot because now I understand that it's okay to be human. I'm okay, you know, I can stub my toe and blurt out a curse word, and you know, that still doesn't make me a nasty person. It just makes me somebody who stubbed my toe. And that, yes, I do enjoy a good meal at a nice restaurant, and that I'm not going to, you know, feel guilty about it, because this world has very beautiful things to offer, some that cost money, some that don't. And I plan to enjoy as many as I can while I'm here, because this is just a finite time, bodily wise, in this experience. My spirit doesn't need all of those things. And that's why we're constantly being, I think, just, we're always being compared to that. So if you can let go of that, but do what you can in a very wholesome and spiritual way, I guess, or as much as you can, because I don't know if desire works that way too. I feel passion, and I'm not willing to let go of it, and all the funky fun stuff that comes with it. So, you know, it's a personal decision for you guys, but it is true that it is very hard to feel all in spirit and then, you know, down and dirty with somebody. So it's kind of a very big contrast. And a lot of the spiritual guidance of the past like to tell you that one's right and one's wrong. And I like to, as I always say, all constantly on this channel, is find the middle ground, the balance, something that fits you personally. Okay? So we're going to keep going. This approach avoidance conflict around the material world can make it hard to focus your efforts, and it may send out mixed messages until the universe doesn't know how to respond to you, help you. The second house asks you to build a clear and congruent message about your relationship to your resources that you can stand behind with integrity. Okay, so they said it much better than I did, but basically the same thing, right? Matter is our sacred vessel for spirit. Explore your attitude toward your first resource, your own body and sensuality. Look for that place of balance where you honor and respect your physical form as well as the importance of the soul that inhabits it. It's beautifully said. Beautifully said. Find that balance, right? Invest your energy towards what you value. This is where you can be a resource to others. And this is where you can get paid. Absolutely. Okay? Clean up your act in the material world. Clean closets, pay bills, deal with other practical things that might appear mundane but can be a sacred act of aligning the soul to the surroundings. Integrity creates a welcoming ground for bounty. Come up with a clear integrated message to radiate out. Then back that up with action. Challenge. What you see is not all there is. If you're looking for emotional and spiritual satisfaction in your stuff, it will never be enough. Because it's never quite scratches that itch. Gift. Your skills, your resources, and your interests can all be sacred if you make an offering of your intention and engage your work for the benefit of all sentient beings. All right. So I'm going to have a little bit of a drink here. I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little weird. I have like a stuffy nose. I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just stuffy. That sounded all wrong, but you get it. All right, beautiful, beautiful Pisces. So, this is the message for today. Absolutely. Beautifully said, well put, finding that balance between motion, between abundance. Very much your passion is going to show you all the things that you want, all the things that you want to take action into and for. What you have to do is find that balance, that beautiful co-creation of wisdom and wants and needs and everything that's who you are. We're always talking about fixing everything within you to help you deal and heal so that you can move forward. But in this case, they're saying as well, take it into consideration that who you are is making up what you want right now. You don't always have to be in a part of fixing something. You can actually be in a position of just trying to look at what is it do I really want, right? And then go after it. Okay? You don't always have to fix the parts of you. You're not broken in every single aspect of you. You're just looking to complete. You've completed the big stuff. Now it's time to just, you know, go and work out whatever comes your way. Fall in love with your own story. Gorgeous. This is it. Fall in love with who you are and your own story. What do you want out of life, Pisces? Okay? It's time to just make your way into that destination, that specific part of your life that you want to be walking into and towards. 9, beautiful. 369. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull some tarot here. We're going to continue. It's going pretty well. Pretty well. Pretty well. Yeah, pretty well. That's it. That's 2 words. It's pretty good. I don't know, suddenly in my brain it feels wrong, but we'll just leave it at that. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Don't get stuck in the details. This is this thing that I was thinking when I was talking about this, not getting stuck in the details. Your circle is complete now. You don't need to any longer to stay there and going, oh, do I have to stay here for a week, a month, a year to figure out this part, how to heal it, how to fix it before I move forward? No, you have everything you need. So don't get stuck in the details of the little things that are left. Just pay attention to it. It's going down that road. They're actually showing me a video game, which I don't I don't play very often, but I used to with the boys when they were younger. You'd do that racing game, and then you'd spot a corner and you'd turn it and you realized you hadn't turned enough, and you gave a little more until you figured it out. Your path is already made, so you're already on it. You know what you need to do. You just need to course correct, and that's what they're showing me. So don't stop or try to figure out why there's a corner there, or if you need to be on a different road. You're on the road you're on. All you really need to do is shift and drive. Okay? So, they're not saying don't go through the corner full blast without, thinking about it, because of course Mars is telling you that. That rash decision of just like running through things is not exactly you. You need to use this power wisely. Power, ooh, this passion, this fire, you need to use it wisely, not recklessly. But if you do, you should be good. You should be good in everything that you do. Okay? Alright, so let's see what else comes out here. What did I say? What did I say? Yesterday and today. I think I said it today. I hope I said it today. I said, this feels like the World card to me. Why? Because it's a complete circle. You have everything you need. Everything that you need to do or go. So doesn't that give you a sense of security? Doesn't that give you a great sense of, I've completed? It's like doing... It's not just, they're showing me the puzzle pieces. When a lot of people do the outer, it's doing all of everything, all the hard parts. All there is the easy parts, the parts that you can easily identify. It's like getting the broad sky all done and all the roundness of it. You did all the hard parts of this puzzle. All you have is the fun parts, the parts you can identify so easily, like the odd air balloons, and all the different colors. You're going, oh, okay, I can see from the picture it's there. You just got to figure out those parts. So I love that. You've integrated everything, all the options, everything. You've learned the lessons in the current phase. So you're doing the fun part, the passionate part, the Mars, the action, the fiery part. Okay? Yeah. Really like that. Ooh, right, releasing control. A little bit, okay? Because I love the way it fell here. It says, your abundance is here if you release control a little bit of how strict you are with yourself and release more into that passionate energy. Like going after the challenges. Going, yeah, I'm gonna meet up to those challenges. I'm just drinking a little lemon water. Detoxing the body, the liver. Little écoute here, little on the side. When I first met my first guide, my angelic Mona, I had asked her the question. I wasn't feeling well. It was 100 million years ago. At least it feels like that now. And I met up with her, and I thought it was going to be all hoodoo, when you meet your guides. It was my first attempt, and it was so easy. It was so easy. I was so very lucky. I know, I was lucky. But I wanted to know how to feel better, because I felt god-awful. I felt sluggish. I felt all kinds of things. And you know what? She just walked up to me, and I looked at her, and I went, Mona, and she kind of nodded. And I said, I have a question, and she nodded. And I said, I don't feel good. What do you suggest? And she showed me lemons and flaxseed bread. And I thought, well, that was easy. And that was my first interaction. So I don't always do it, but I never regret it when I do. Taking a bit of lemon water, I think it's the best thing ever. So just a little I'm sharing with you. But I thought it was going to be so hard speaking with her, I always thought they talk like the Bible and Shakespeare, in long sentences and words that nobody understands, that you're trying to decipher for weeks. And it surprised me so greatly when she was so blunt and to the point. I thought, wow, that's amazing. All right. The Four of Cups. No, I'm sorry. It's not the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is stagnancy. It's the Six of Cups, and it is the Six of Cups that I want. It's tuning into your childlike joy. Yeah, so tapping into Mars energy, that motion, is the motion of a child. There's no agenda to it. There's just wholeness. You know, it's that I'm enjoying myself and I want to keep enjoying myself. And so they go there instead of anywhere else. So they're saying tap into that, okay? Fall in love with your own story and your own life like you did as a kid. Everything was one great big adventure, okay? Not as scary. Right. So the Two of Swords, I'm going to pull another card. Ooh, look at that. All right. So instead of closing, open. You see those? You understand? See that? Isn't that gorgeous? Love the way they do that. Okay. Put it into balance rather into blocks. It's very simple clarity, the Sword of Clarity. Instead of blocking yourself and blinding yourself, this one is not. It's a lot of balance. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as just a flip of the way you're looking at it and the way you're doing it. And the Four of Wands. When I said the Four of Cups, I was actually thinking of the Four of Wands, and I went, no, that's not the Four of Wands, it's the Four of Cups that I said. I misspoke with this card, but this is the one I was thinking about. Right. A very innocent celebration, although this usually means like could be weddings, anniversaries and stuff, and these are usually like happy events that we have in our lives, especially if it's us celebrating them for ourselves. It's like a dream come true, right? If you end up celebrating a marriage with somebody that you love and you guys get married, or an anniversary or any kind of celebration, the child coming, or those things are of the heart. They're so wonderful. You want to share it with other people. There's a lot of childlike kind of energy. So they really want you to tap into that. Really try and get into that mode rather than the goal-oriented businessman trying to run everybody over. You know what I mean? That motion. There's a difference of motion between a childlike, I really looking forward and enjoying the adventure and the path, and the one who is just, you know, in it to burn everybody as he goes. So just use that, okay? So hold on to those energies, let them in, let them percolate, see how you can better use them, and then you can start going on your way. You can start using this to your advantage, Pisces. And not only will it bring joy and happiness to you, it will do it to the people around you as well. All right, so I'm going to let you go. Now we'll be back later for the other reading if you're interested. As I said, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later. Take care, beautiful Pisces.